Hello, Matt here. Well, no one's here, but I thought I would talk about something. It goes into the whole that then I was listening to on a podcast. Um, it had to do with witchcraft, but they were talking about domination and while we get into witchcraft, but I wanted to talk about the aspect of domination and why people want it, why they crave it, why we all seem to feel like we need to have it and different things. And they talked about on there that domination has to do with how if you're higher up, you're the top of the food chain, and then the weaker prey. And that goes into it, but why do we crave it? Why do we want it? And I got me thinking, why is it so important? And I had to thinking, why do I? Well, I don't necessarily want to be someone that goes around barking orders and everything. And uh, the whole, what is the right kind of motivation? What do you do to get it? And when do you draw the line and say, no, that ain't right? And how do you know? This was something they were talking about too. But I think that if you crave it, it sometimes it's because you don't feel empowered. You don't have it, or you don't think you do. And I think we as humans all want it. We want to feel like we're in control, and maybe not of other people, but ourselves. And when we don't get it, we try to. Sorry. Um, I swallowed and it went down the wrong coat. You can really see I'm flushed. But um, sometimes we go out of our way to assert our domination because we feel like we're not in control of anything. And no one likes that. I don't care how good of a person you are, how sweet you are. Everyone wants to feel like they're into some control of stuff that they don't like being out of. Okay, being out of control is one thing. I don't know how to explain it. Some people like being out of control and crazy because that's how they get their control back. And but what I'm saying is, what I mean by it, when you don't feel like you have a voice, when you don't feel like you are heard, you do anything that you can. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you cower away and run. But that's another kind of domination. That is keeping yourself away from people so that you have control of who you are. And at least for me, it is. I'm curious as to if anyone else feels like that. If there's anyone out there that feels like, hello, Erica. Well, you seen my uh, what I put up here, and I'm wondering. It's okay. I I started off by saying I was listening to a podcast, and it was about domination and the witchcraft community, and how people um, get into witchcraft because they want to get domination back to a certain extent. And it got me to thinking, what links would we go to? And not in witchcraft. It ain't really about that. What links would you go to get your voice back, get your power back, feel like you have the control that you want? And I'm wondering your take on it since you're here. I'm being philosophical right now. Usually don't do this stuff, but I'm in a mood to do this tonight. I mean, they talked about how where's drawing the line and everything, and it goes into the whole domination thing. Where do you cross the line? When do you say enough's enough, and you're not trying to dominate somebody to the point that they are to the bad point, or do you not stop? Yeah, my head's always thinking. Um, More than people think it is. I mean, part of the another reason that it's in my head is I've been listening over and over to these audiobooks, and it's two different storylines. They're two different book series, but they talk about the same thing. um, Most people don't. I mean, it is something that we subconsciously do, but I do think that we do it. I think that as human beings, we feel like we need to, you know, we need to have control over something because we feel like we're not in power if we don't have control over at least one aspect of our life. Sometimes we crave it even more, even though we we do have control over stuff and everything. And I struggle with it. I mean, I sometimes feel like I don't have control over any damn thing, and then I'll be talking to somebody that I'm close to, and they're like, "You have a lot more control than you give yourself credit for," and then I start going off all the things in my head, and I'm like, "Yeah, you're right," but at that moment, I feel like I don't have any control, and that's another thing that but we crave it. We need it in our lives to function and everything. And I want to make a point. When I say domination, I don't necessarily mean over another person. Um, yeah, there are degrees where people want that, but I'm talking more domination in the things that you do, the things that you can do, and everything. And when do you let that go and say, no, I don't need domination over this? If I'm making any sense whatsoever, I hope I'm not confusing you. There might be more people, but I've only got one eye looking at me, and you're talking, so I figured maybe you're. Yeah, I'm always thinking. I think all the time. I'm never not thinking. To the point sometimes it gives me headaches, and I'm like, I want to stop thinking. Um, but yeah, I have it on my brain right now about domination and everything because of like I said, listening to this podcast that somebody was doing, and um, these two book series that I've been listening to, they talk about domination and everything, and the theme they don't talk about domination, but the theme of the stories is domination and having control over your life and what is fate, what is not, what can you control and what can't you, and so I so I have it on my brain at the moment. I hope that this doesn't isn't too loud and everything. I need a fan on. I'm getting kind of hot right now and sweaty, and so I turned on the fan. Let me know if you can still hear me well and that it's not too loud. The fan. I mean, is it better now? Um, I put it on low. Um, 'Cause I, I need it on. If it's where it's too much, I might be. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, Yikes. It didn't get too hot today here, but the humidity is horrible for in South Carolina, um, especially for someone like me. Okay, let's see if I can, another way. I'm trying to think. Uh, okay, well, basically, what I'm asking um, is there a time when you felt like you didn't have you which I think everybody has, but basically what I'm asking is there a time when you had no control over something and you felt like you should have had the control and you tried to do something to get it back in your court and you were willing to do anything to get that control back so that you could feel sane, feel like you had control over the situation, if that makes sense. Does that make more sense? That's basically what I'm asking. Oh, any part of life. Eh, I know that the inspiration for this was because I listened to a witchcraft podcast, but I'm doing more in depth on the whole uh, what you personally had lost control over something or someone took it from you, and what would you do or what did you do? How far are you willing to go to get that reclaimed, to feel like you are um yeah, hello bones. um I'm talking about a subject that I don't really know if you would be down to talk about because uh, I don't understand what you mean by that. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, um, that is not what I'm talking about. When I said let's talk about domination, I'm talking about. Oh, great. I'm going to have to go through all this again. Um, the control you have in your life, the things that you control, and when you're not don't have that control, how far are you willing to go to get it? It has nothing to do with somebody else having control over you, or sexual stuff. It has to do with I'm not doing that. I burned out the hair and put it over my face, and now you can see the white streak in it. Oh, they'll kick me off of the internet. I did that crap. Because I'm pretty sure, I'm almost banking that Bones doesn't want me to bring out the nipple clamps and show them. He wants me to put them on me. See, I knew it. You do. Okay. Me explain it a different way. This has nothing. I don't know nothing about Matrix. Okay. What I'm talking about is okay. Was there a time when you felt like you lost the control you had? When someone took it from you, when someone said, you can't do this, gotta make sure. But you felt like you should have been in control of it. This is what I'm talking about with the nation. And you took it back, and you were willing to do whatever it took to get that control back. And basically, what I'm saying is, where's the line that you would not cross? What's something that you think is never worth doing that over? I've heard of that, but I've never actually seen the Matrix. Um, there's a lot of stuff in that movie that confuses me, and blue and yellow, purple. Am I making sense now? Oh, great example. A storyline. one that deals with this whole subject. Okay, and I'm sure that you and Meaning Bones and Erica have seen this movie, um, The Craft, and I know you've seen it, Bones. I'm pretty sure Erica has too. Um, okay, Sarah, she goes from one thing to another, and she keeps losing control of all the situations with um, trying to be friends with the three girls, then her losing control with the guy she likes, and then she takes the power back by doing magic and everything, but it ends up backfiring on her again. And but it's a good example of having domination over your life. Because at the end, she does. She gets all the power and she's able to do whatever she wants and needs and everything. But it took a lot. Um, what I'm asking is, where's the line? Where do you say you don't do it and you do? Now, does it make sense? She still has people that tell her what to do. I mean, her parents do it, but or dad anyway, and stepmom. But yeah, well, that backfired too. First time she tried to do that. There was a lot of other movies I probably could have picked, but I thought that I see a ghost all the time, Rob. He's called my grandpa. Life it's full of people telling you what to do. It's inevitable. Um, But that's not why I wanted to talk about this stuff. It's on my mind. Um, well, it's easier for kids to see the things that adults can't. I mean, it kind of, for the most part, it kind of it dies out of people when you get older. But I I'm clairvoyant, which means I have to work at it to not see the dead. And sometimes it doesn't work even when I do that. It's going to sound a little corny and everything, but you have to pay as you go. Which, what I mean by that is you have to take orders from people to a certain extent your whole life. I can't do much packing it in. Um, I don't have much left, but I want to start pregnant. So yeah, but it goes back to a movie that I was saying that popped in my head, and then I thought that line from that movie. It was at the beginning of the movie and at the end, and that was Storm of the Century. But yeah, you have to pay as you go. Sometimes it's a little, sometimes it's a lot, and that basically means you have to. Sometimes you don't get to be the person that's in charge. Um, yeah, I'm already doing that. Exactly. It's a great way to put it. Um, and that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about let's talk domination. Sometimes you catch the thing, sometimes you are the one doing dominating it by pitching out the ball. But when you're catching it, what will you do to be the pitcher? I can't believe it. I got so many of y'all in here today. And all I had to do is write, let's talk about domination. But I had a feeling that y'all wouldn't know what I was meaning by that when I put that in the description. But no, I'm all right. I mean, it isn't nothing that I was talking to Erica about. I've been listening to these series of books on audio books, and their theme was about that, and so was this podcast that I was listening to. So it's on my brain about domination, about I'm not doing that. It ain't happening. Of course, let's face it, if I did dress up like a dominatrix, I'd probably have a lot more people subscribe to my channel tonight. And yes, I do have them kind of clothes, but I'm not wearing them on here. It ain't happening. I even have the whips. All right, actually, I'll be honest. Um, I did have a little something happened today and everything. I'm not going into it. And usually when this stuff happens, I tend to want to get on here and get my mind off of it. It goes back to the whole thing of me having not having control and everything, not being in control, and it got me thinking about the whole how much is too much domination, because I did things that I shouldn't have because I didn't want to be out of control. I wanted to be the one in charge of the situation. And so I said things that now I'm wishing I hadn't. But But yeah, some people might not understand what I'm talking about, but I think you, Bones and Erica, probably do know what I'm talking about. But it's like I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I'm not gonna say who. Y'all know who. Y'all know the person, but I was like, "What's too much information here on the web to my general public talking about it? How much am I willing to show myself for?" And that's part of the reason I didn't want to talk about that. But and it's why I'm smoking. Sorry. Everybody, there's for me. And here is my co-host. He's giving me a kissy. He looking for stuff. He hungry again. Minute ago he was eating himself a rawhide. I kisses you. What are you saying to me? Yes, Becky. Yes, it's Becky. It's me, boy. Say hello to the audience. Yeah. I'm here, Dick. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Becky. Come on. It's Becky. Ow! You broke me. Well, I think I'm going to get off here. It looks like there's no one talking now. Well, night, everyone. Remember, be the person you're meant to be, not the one that everybody expects you to be.